Alright, so in this part, we're going to go through some special cases when you're factorizing cubics, and that's the sums and differences of cubes. And this part is testing how good your memory is, because at the end of the day, what you have to do is memorize this and memorize that. So, memorize away. Let me write it. You need to memorize this and this. That is what you need to do to be able to answer these questions. So if you're given something like this, x cubed minus 8, do you see that because you have a minus, you're going to be looking over here? And what you need to first do is write them as 2 cubes. And sure enough, you should be able to recognize, whoopsie daisy, you should be able to recognize, well, this is clearly a cube, it's x cubed, and 8 is 2 cubed. And as you can see here, we have x cubed minus a cubed. So therefore, what we know is that x is simply going to be equal to x here, and a is going to be equal to 2. So you can kind of see what we're doing here. I'm saying x is just this x here, x is x, and then a is 2. So a is 2. Then once you know that, you're just going to follow along what you see here. So let's be careful as we do this. So we're going to go, it's going to be x minus a, well, a is 2. Then you're going to go x squared, so x squared, then plus a times x, so that's x times 2, so 2x, and then you're going to go a squared, so it's going to be plus 4. And that would be your answer to the first one. So as you can see, we're just kind of following along what we see there, and that's how we're answering these questions. So it's just testing your ability to memorize these two things here. So let's come to our next one here, and yet again, it's a minus 1. So the first thing that we need to do is just write these as cubes. So this is 27x cubed, so that would be 3x, and then the whole thing would be cubed here, then minus 1 cubed. So that means in this case, x is going to be equal to, because remember, it's x cubed minus a cubed. Well, x will be 3x, and then a is going to be equal to 1. And now we just follow it again. So it's going to be it's going to be 3x minus 1, bracket, open. Then it's going to be 9x squared. Then I'm going to multiply them together, 3x plus 1. Perfect. So what you really have to remember is when you got a negative here, it's a negative, then positive, and a positive. So negative, then positive, and a positive. And that's our answer. Perfect. And then we come to this one now. Now again, you're just going to have to memorize this. So I'm just going to steal this for a second as I scroll down here, because you're just going to have to memorize this. Because for this one, it's now plus. So we're going to have to be able to do these. Look, my cursor got in there a bit. So now with the plus ones, let's see how we go. Again, we have to break this up. So this is going to be 2x cubed plus 5y cubed. So x is going to be equal to 2x, and a is going to be equal to 5y. And now we follow it along. So we're going to go 2x plus 5y. Then it's going to be 2x squared, so it's going to be 4x squared, minus these two times together, 10xy, plus this squared, which will be 25y squared. So again, I'm just following this. Then we come to our next one. This next one is kind of weird. As soon as I see 64, I know that's 4 cubed. And now I see x to the 6. So let's just write x to the 6 here. I know this 125 is going to be 5 cubed. Now, this is where a bit of lateral thinking is involved. I could write this as 4x squared raised to the 3. Because if I was to distribute this out, it would be 4 to the 3, then x squared. So this is 5 to the 3. So that means x is going to be equal to 4x squared, and a is equal to 5. So this type of lateral thinking is important for these type of questions sometimes too. It's not just regurgitating, but it's being able to say, hey, I can make this a cubic, I can make this a cubic, and then I can use the formula that I know. So it's going to be 4x squared plus 5. Then it's going to be 4x squared squared. So it's going to be 16x to the 4. Then it's going to be minus the product of both of these, which will be 20x squared. And then I'm going to square the last one, which is 5 squared, which is 25. Perfect. And that's how you do that one. So again, I'm just following what I see there. So with these special sums, you're just following what you see. So you're just following these along, and you're kind of trying to think out of the box sometimes as well to make them both cubics. So hopefully that makes sense in how to approach these. This is the last part of this lesson. So 6C is quite a big exercise. Make sure you refer to some of my videos of going through the exercise questions if you get stuck. I'll see you in the next lesson.